How's it going, everybody? I'm the BTC Reaper, and my goal on this channel is to teach you how to reap the rewards of trading with the prices going up or down. No internet, you could still use Bitcoin on the Lightning Network. In addition to not being able to browse tweets or the latest heart-melting cat eating corn on the cob video, lack of connection means users can't make Bitcoin payments, at least via normal methods that we have today. But researchers from Florida International University, who specialize in post-disaster research, explored sending payments over Bitcoin Lightning Network without internet access. Bitcoin's Lightning Network is faster and cheaper than Bitcoin proper and is often touted as the future of digital currency. Instead of internet, they use local mesh networks where nodes were connected directly via Bluetooth and Wi-Fi, building on local Lightning Network they call LN Mesh. Their results, they say, under the right circumstance, offline Lightning payments should be feasible. So this is very good. That's helpful for countries without internet. Their first finding was that no changes needed to be made to the existing Lightning protocol code. First, they needed to set up a network of Bitcoin and Lightning nodes, which they used 8 Raspberry Pis to do so. They then spread these nodes across their university and connected them in a local mesh network using Wi-Fi and Bluetooth. The Lightning Network protocol allows such offline payments to settle since payments are off-chain and not recorded on the Bitcoin blockchain. So this is a very nice thing to find out, and hopefully it can help push payments to countries where they may not have banking access, as that would help with mainstream adoption. SEC punts on Bitcoin ETFs, including BlackRock, Fidelity, and more. The SEC has said it needs a longer period to evaluate several spot Bitcoin ETF applications, including those of BlackRock, WisdomTree Funds, Invesco and Galaxy Digital, and Valkyrie Funds. The SEC disclosed delays today for every outstanding spot Bitcoin ETF application except for Global's X. Notably, they waited for BlackRock to be last when they denied everyone, so they were probably trying to not deny everyone before BlackRock, but found something with BlackRock that they denied from someone else. According to filings from the securities regulator, it'll need until at least October 17th to decide whether to approve or reject most of the applications. Earlier this week, there was a spike in anticipation for a spot Bitcoin ETF after the court sided with crypto asset manager Grayscale to convert its Grayscale Bitcoin Trust into a spot ETF. However, the SEC still has 45 days to appeal that opinion, so keep that in mind as well, and this hope seems to have faded. Chainlink Swift complete tokenization tests with Citibank, BNY Mellon, and others. Swift announced today that it has successfully conducted a variety of blockchain interoperability tests with over 10 financial institutions like Citi, BNP Paribas, and BNY Mellon. The interbank messaging service tapped Oracle provider Chainlink to establish a connection with Sequoia, a popular Ethereum testnet. Just over a month after launching the new cross-chain interoperability protocol, the two firms were able to send tokenized assets between the testnet and other blockchains. So this is good because that means they were able to bridge assets between these different things for the tokenizations. The cross-chain protocol started with the support of 4 blockchains: Avalanche, Ethereum, Optimism, and Polygon. CCIP has also been adopted by the DeFi lending protocols Aave and Synthetics. Swift aims to establish a secure and speedy connection between traditional finance and multiple public and private blockchains for the transfer of tokenized assets. Key there is there'll be multiple people at once. Sergey Naravov, I believe that's how you say it, sorry if I botched it, co-founder of Chainlink, also added that adoption will happen using multiple different blockchain technologies at the same time. So we'll see a lot of things get adopted at once. It won't just be Ethereum, then Polkadot, then Chainlink. It'll be a lot of things at once. When combining Swift and CCIP, we were able to show that this new level of interoperability across various blockchains is now possible with minimal resources from even largest banks and market infrastructures. So you don't need to be in crypto to adopt these very easily. You can adopt them without minimal changes in legacy banking systems. Swift's Chief Innovation Officer, Tom, said that the experiments demonstrate that the Swift infrastructure can provide the central point of connectivity to connect with different blockchains and foster the development of tokenization. So this is very good, as Swift is basically what controls the whole banking system, if you don't know. Our total market cap is starting to get a little bit of a breakout from our symmetrical triangle, so watch out if we get a red candle tomorrow. We have a manipulation X here. We tried to cross that support level and our resistance level and make it support. We got rejected, and that's bringing us down. Our stochastic is starting to head down with the bearish cross. Our RSI is starting to head down. Our VWAP is starting to head down. The money flow is coming out. The momentum's coming down with the red dot. So overall, it looks like we are in danger of breaking down. The VWAP has crossed into the bearish territory with bearish money flow. When we saw that on the 1 hour on Bitcoin the other day, that was a very explosive move. So just imagine what it'll do on daily. Over on Bitcoin dominance for the daily, we are getting a rejection from our flag. This is a topping pattern. If you're not familiar with topping patterns, join our Discord with the link down below and download the links that we have for you. Our RSI is starting to curl, stochastic is starting to roll over, our VWAP is starting to fall down, and our money flow is starting to come out. Our momentum is coming down as a result of the VWAP falling, so keep an eye on dominance here, as this could suck us down and we could see this finally play out. Over on Bitcoin futures, we do have a little bit of a gap down, so if we get a green candle tomorrow to push up, that might not be something too exciting. We are overall rolling away though. Our stochastic does have a bearish cross. RSI is somewhat flattening out but coming down overall. Our VWAP is breaking into the bearish territory, and our money flow is getting a bearish trend with lower highs and lower lows currently. Our momentum's coming out with the red dot as our VWAP's broken into the bearish territory, so this could spill us into that lower zone right around that 20k that I've been warning about. Over on Bitcoin, we are starting to drop with a manipulation X, so that could bring us down. We are back within this bear flag, so that bear flag could come back. If you don't remember the bear flag, it could bring us somewhere around the halfway point of this breakdown. Our stochastic is starting to roll over, our RSI is starting to come down, the VWAP is getting close to that neutral, the money flow is trending out, the momentum is curling away, so overall we are rejecting the golden pocket. If you don't know what the golden pocket is, see our trading videos. Or join the Discord and ask me. Speaking of the Discord, hit the thumbs up, hit the subscribe, and join us with the link in the middle of the paragraph in the description. Our RSI is falling, stochastic is falling, our money flow is in a bearish trend here on the 4 hour, and our VWAP is pushing down. Overall, we look like we could be in for a pretty decent rejection if we break these levels, so keep that in mind. I'll draw that flag out real quick for anyone that didn't see it, just for a frame of reference. So there's a rough out version. That could break us down right around that 23k level. So over to the 2 hour, we are coming down, bouncing off the bottom of what would be support now. Our RSI is coming down, stochastic is beat down, the VWAP is trying to get a bit of a recovery here, so watch for it to head toward the neutral and cross. If it does, we could get a bullish move up again. However, if the money flow and the VWAP reject away from the neutral, we could set up bearish trends, which could just bring us down. The money flow is in the bearish territory, getting lower lows, not currently getting lower highs because it's just starting to drop off, so keep an eye on it. Over on the 1 hour, we are trying to make some bounces. We failed and we are coming back down. So if we push down here, we could get a breakout from this pattern relatively soon. Our RSI is starting to curl over. Our stochastic is pretty beat down. The VWAP is bullish, so keep that in mind. Our money flow overall is in the bearish territory though and coming down. So if that VWAP crosses into the bearish territory, that could kick us down. Our momentum does want to come up, but if that VWAP rolls over, that momentum will do the same. Over on graph, again, if there's any coins that you would like to see, let me know, because I do this for you guys. And I don't necessarily invest in all these coins, so if there's one that people don't like, I can change it. We are in a bit of a bear flag here on graph 2 though, so this could end up breaking us down, similar to that bear flag on Bitcoin. So watch out for that. A little sloppy of a bear flag, but I'm trying to not bore you with my crummy drawing skills here. Usually I do it with on my phone or something, on some sort of smaller device. We are getting a bit of a roll off here, so that could push us lower. We are bouncing off our support levels. Our stochastic is pushing down. Our RSI is starting to reject away and rolling out. Our VWAP is pushing down toward that neutral territory, so watch out if it breaks. The money flow is getting lower lows and kind of rejecting away from that neutral area, so if we continue down from here, we could be in for a pretty decent move to the value area low on our point of control here. This pattern would break us below that value area low, kind of toward this range that we had back here. So if that does happen, that would be a nice opportunity to get near lows before we possibly run up in a few months. I don't believe we're going to run up anytime too soon. Over on the 4 hour, we are getting a manipulation X. We are bouncing off this bottom trend line. Stochastic is starting to come out. Momentum is overall getting a divergence and pushing down into the bearish territory. Our VWAP is starting to reject away from the neutral, so it could push lower. We are getting higher lows though, so if we come back up and go bullish, that could form a bullish trend. Our VWAP is trying to head up, so that could be good for our momentum, but we're going to have to see if it kind of stalls around like this 13 zone or something, as we've had some touches there. Over on the 2 hour, we are trying to bounce up, so we'll have to see if we can continue with green candles and see a rounding bottom, maybe a cup and handle or something forms. But if we don't see that happen, then we could reject away. Our RSI is overall pushing out. Our momentum is coming down. Our stochastic is coming down as well. Sorry, got my things confused there. Momentum's coming down pretty deep. As stochastic's beat down, it's pretty much as oversold as it can be. Our money flow is in a bit of a bearish trend, kind of. It's getting lower lows, but it's testing those highs. So if we're able to push with a green candle, we could start some sort of a bullish trend, or at least test the neutral again, at which point if we broke through, we could get a bullish trend. However, if we reject away, we would see a lower price action. Over on the 1 hour, our RSI is overall falling out, stochastic's overall coming down, our momentum is coming up, our VWAP's in the bullish territory, and our money flow is kind of dipping away from that neutral. So just watch out, because if the money flow and VWAP pull away here, we could get a leg down. Over on the daily for Anchor, we did have a bit of a bear flag here as well, and we are starting to push away from it. So that isn't a good sign for Anchor. Hash that one out real quick. Bear flags all over the place apparently. Floppy ones at that. There we go. So that could give us a new low actually, so keep that in mind and watch out for that. But I would bet somewhere near the bottom of that wick we could pull up away from. We have been kind of warning those. Stochastic is pushing down, RSI is starting to come out, our VWAP is trending out, our money flow is coming out, and our momentum is getting a red dot, so we are pushing low. Over on the 4 hour, our stochastic is coming down, RSI is overall spilling out, our money flow is overall in the bearish territory, but we're kind of curling up here. So we're in the bearish territory, but we could be in a point where we could bounce and gain bullish momentum if we see further green candles. If we don't see further green candles, then the money flow might not get that bullish momentum. Our VWAP is kind of bouncing here, off of a low spot that it has bounced several times. So if it can cross through that neutral, that could help that money flow cross up as well. Over on the 2 hour, RSI is trying to make a bounce here around this 29.30 zone. Our stochastic is trying to push up, so we're trying to gain some bullish momentum here. VWAP is trying to push through that neutral, and the money flow is trying to come up. We have a double green dot on our momentum that wants to bring us up as well, so if the VWAP can continue up, that could be good for us. Over on the 1 hour, RSI is slightly trending up, stochastic is pushing up, our VWAP is heading up, and the money flow is trying to get a bit of a push up here. We are getting somewhat newer highs, at least relative to today. We have been in decent spots, but not too much higher than a 16. So if we don't overall push through these zones, we could just stay trending in this bearish territory here, which could ultimately help bring us down. Over on XRP, guess what we have here? Yep, the same thing as everything else, a bear flag. So that could end up bringing us down, just like everything else. And this bear flag could break us down toward that 38-cent zone that I've been warning about for the last couple days and possibly weeks. Our stochastic is starting to roll off, RSI is starting to come down, our VWAP is heading toward the bearish territory as it's breaking under that neutral. Our money flow is starting a bearish trend, it's getting lower highs with lower lows. The momentum is starting to roll out with a red dot, because our VWAP's in the bearish territory. So if we see a red candle tomorrow, it's very likely that could break us below that value area high of our previous trend, and we could test that point control or support level. Over on the 4 hour, we are just zigzagging, bear flag, stochastic's coming down, RSI is coming down. Our money flow is getting lower highs. We'll have to watch if it gets a lower low. If it does, that would be a bearish trend here as well. Our VWAP is trying to head up. Our momentum's trying to get a little bit of a rebound because our VWAP's trying to rebound. So if we can curl up and push higher in the lower time frames, we could get a bullish push up. Over on the 2 hour, we are trying to bounce off our support. Our RSI is trying to head up. Our stochastic's trying to make a bounce here as well. And the money flow is trying to head up, the VWAP's trying to come up as well, and the momentum is trying to get a double green dot. So overall, we could get a bounce here and head higher, but I won't get too excited if we don't break through the support resistance area. Over on the 1 hour, we're kind of flagging here. Our RSI and stochastic look like they could start to roll over. Our VWAP is trying to head up, so we do have a bullish trend there, but the money flow is starting to come out. So the VWAP could lose its strength if we don't see some push forward from our other indicators. The momentum is trying to come up, but that's as a result of the VWAP coming up. So if the VWAP rolls over here, kind of gets rejected where it's gotten rejected several times, we could see another leg down from here. Over on Algo for the daily, pretty similar to everything else. Making a bear flag here, probably going to take us somewhere low. Probably make a new low off of this bear flag. So just be warned of that. Overall, might take us around 7.5 cents. Stochastic is starting to roll over. RSI is starting to head down. Our VWAP starting to break into the bearish territory, and the money flow is coming out. The momentum's coming out with a red dot. So overall, it looks like we could break down if we get another red candle tomorrow. Over on the 4 hour, we have an indecision candle that doesn't know if we want to push up or not. Our RSI is kind of flattening out. Our stochastic is coming down and beat down. Our money flow is in the bearish trend. Our VWAP is trying to come up, so keep an eye on that. If the VWAP can head higher, then we could get bullish action, but it's currently in a bit of a bear trend. Our momentum is coming down as a result of that. Over on the 2 hour, we could get a little bit of a bounce. Kind of hairy right now. I would watch this candle closely. If it makes a long upper shadow candle like that, or an indecision candle, we could get rejected away. However, if it manages to push up a little higher, like above this wick, then we may be able to see some bullish momentum. Our RSI wants to come up. Our stochastic wants to get a little bit of a push up here. Our money flow is in a slight uptrend, so we'll have to see if it can get a higher high, which it would have to break through that neutral to do so. Our VWAP is heading up, crossing that neutral territory, so it does have bullish momentum, but it's not very strong currently. Our momentum has a double green dot, but if that VWAP just flaps over like it did last time, we could be set up for another leg down. Over on the 1 hour, we kind of have a flag within our flag here too. RSI is starting to head down. Our stochastic wants to head up. The VWAP is heading up. Our money flow is coming up, and our momentum is coming up. So we do have a bit of a possibility to head back up from here. That would be a retest of this resistance area around this 910 zone. If we do come up and test that and get rejected, then it would be very likely the next time we come down, we would get our breakdown, as this is our third touch to the bottom. Thank you for watching tonight's video. I hope you have a wonderful night. We'll cover the meme coins tomorrow.